There are many reasons that people have for choosing to become vegan. There are also many reasons that people have that prevent them from becoming vegan. But I think that the single most difficult hurdle that all pre-vegans have to get over before they can learn to fully embrace veganism is something which psychologists have christened as cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is what happens when we hold two opposing belief systems in our head that are in competition with each other. The fact is that whenever a pre-vegan is confronted with the idea of veganism, they are going to feel a certain amount of discomfort. And some of that discomfort is coming from the fact that they are starting to become aware of the fact that they have these two opposing belief systems. And once you become aware that you have them, because it's often the case that prior to confrontation, people aren't even aware that they have two confrontational belief systems. But once you're aware that you've got them, then it creates a problem, because, which one is it that you're going to embrace? Now, if you're wondering what these two belief systems are, the first one goes that as very young children, we are taught to show respect for animals. We are taught that it's nice to be compassionate and show mercy and show respect for other life forms. So we don't go out and abuse dogs and cats. We pet them. We look at them as a other being. We recognize the individual in each one of those animals that we come in contact with, providing we ourselves are treated with respect and not abused as children. This actually comes perfectly natural to us, because if we ourselves are shown respect, it's our natural heart-born birthright tendency to show the same kind of respect for other people, for other children, for other friends, for family, and for other animals that we come in contact with. That's the one belief system that we have, and that's the one I think that most of us would agree is what resonates with our heart, because we don't want to be recognized as cruel individuals. We don't want to be recognized as beings or humans with malicious intent toward other animals or beings. Now, the other belief that we have, which is in direct opposition to it and doesn't gel with it at all, is the one that goes, animals are here for us to exploit, and animals are here for us to raise and to separate from their families and to treat cruelly until it's time for them to be killed, because they're big enough and they're ready to be killed now for their flesh. What we need to do, what everybody needs to do, is recognize that farmed animals are really no different to the cats and the dogs that we're familiar with. We recognize the individual. We recognize the personality of the dogs and the cats. Every single one of those farmed animals is an individual too. They've all got their ears, their eyes, their heart, their liver, their lungs, their brain, and a mind inside that brain. And that mind has got an individuality, a unique personality, just like the animals that we're familiar with in our lives. So what this whole system is doing is it's taking individual animals with unique personalities, with unique minds, and it's treating them as if they were commodities. And worse still, it's doing this in a way which is clandestine and covered, so that most of us aren't even really aware of what's going on. We don't understand just how cruel this system is. By necessity it's cruel. There is no way to be raising the animals the extent that is done today to satisfy the craving for flesh that humans have without being cruel to these animals. You can forget being humane and humane killing and compassionate farming. It doesn't not exist. When animals are being farmed, there is always cruelty behind it. There's no exception. And I think that we have to come face to face with this, Because if we can fully recognize that this is the truth, then we will learn to see that we are holding two conflicting ideas within our mind. Either we're going to behave respectfully towards animals, or we're going to behave cruelly to animals. Which is it going to be? You can't hold both systems and be comfortable with it. You can't hold both feelings and feel that it's okay. You know, you can't hold them both and think, yeah, they're both good, because they're not. They're not. They're in competition with each other. They're clashing with each other. I think if we can understand this and drop the one belief system that says it's okay to farm animals and abuse animals, and just embrace the first one, the kindness, the compassion, the loving, and the respect, we will be doing ourselves a huge favor. We won't any longer have this discomfort of the fact that we're holding two different opposing belief systems. That will be gone. This is how it is with vegans. We've let go of that other one. We just embrace the first one. We believe in treating other beings the way that we ourselves would like to be treated. And I think that this is what is in the heart of everybody, really. I see a lot of pre-vegans out there, and I know that there's a lot of really nice people. They're gentle people. They've got gentle souls. They're compassionate. They're generous and they're kind within their own family and within their friends and their neighborhood and their community. They're beautiful people, but at the same time, they're behaving in a way towards animals which is not doing themselves respect at all. It's not behaving the way that they truly are. The more that we can bring our actions into alignment with how we really are in our heart, the better off we're all going to be. Nobody needs to eat animals. We can all survive on a 100% plant-based diet and be better off for it.